Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video of King of the List. Today we are going to be doing one that I have wanted to do for such a long time, and that is the top 10 tallest skyscrapers in the world as of 2022. I've made this list many times throughout my childhood, and now I get to put it to video. Now, just a disclaimer, this listing and this ranking could definitely change within the next couple of months and years, because new buildings are getting built all the time. So this is currently, as of the release date of this video, the tallest skyscrapers in the world. So here we go. At number 10, we have TIANJIN, and I also want to make a quick apology that most of these buildings are foreign, therefore the names are going to be a little bit tricky for me to pronounce. So number 10 is TIANJIN, located in Beijing, China. It is 1,731 feet in height, has 109 floors, and it was completed back in 2018. So a fairly new building. It looks pretty cool, if I'm being honest. It's got one of those cool, like, timer glass kind of a look to it. And it's really cool, especially when you see it towering above all the other buildings in that area. At number 9, we have the TIANJIN CTF Finance Center. I knew I was going to butcher that. Located in the city of, Tianjin, China. This building is 1,739 feet tall with 97 floors, and it was completed just back in 2019. From the image that you can see here, it does look like there's a crane on the very top of the building, therefore this image is a little bit outdated, but the building is in fact completed. It is also very cool, towering above all the other buildings in the area. It is several times larger than every single one that you can see on the image, and to be completely honest, I am really liking the style of this building. So yeah, that's that. Lots of these buildings I've noticed are over in China, which is kind of interesting. But here we go, on to number 8. At number 8 we have the Guangzhou CTF Finance Center in Guangzhou, China. This one is 1,739 feet tall, which you may remember that's the exact same height as number 9. Number 8 and number 9 are the exact same height, however, this one has more floors, so I'm simply counting it as a taller building. There's really no other way of putting it. You could put them either way. But this one is also 1,739 feet tall with 111 floors, and it was completed in 2016. So a little bit older compared to the other ones that we've seen so far, but still definitely a pretty new building. Also looks pretty cool. As you can see, it looks like it's made out of different shapes. It's not just one column or block of building, but it's got different segments in it, and I think that looks pretty cool. At number 7, we have the Freedom Tower, aka the One World Trade Center in New York City. This building was completed back in 2014 and is 1,776 feet tall. Now, if you've probably figured this out by now, the reason why it is that height is because 1776 is a very important date for the United States of America, and this building actually replaced where the old Twin Towers used to be, literally right next to where they used to stand. It's a really cool memorial of sorts, and to be honest, it looks super cool as well. All the different triangle patterns making it up. And to be completely honest, if it wasn't for that needle spire at the top, it probably wouldn't be nearly as tall as the other buildings on this list. But regardless, it looks pretty cool. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it has 94 floors. At number 6, we have, how do we pronounce this? The LOTTE? The LOTTE? Or the LOTTE? World Tower, something like that. I apologize for not being able to pronounce it. But located in Seoul, South Korea, this building is 1,819 feet tall with 123 floors, completed just back in 2017. Also a very cool looking building, especially with the very futuristic kind of vibe that you see with all the other buildings around it. It's definitely looking like a really cool place to visit, and the building itself, I'm not exactly sure what it's used for, but since it says World Tower, similar to the Freedom Tower was a One World Trade Center, maybe it's some sort of trade or financial area, who knows, but very cool looking building, very cool looking area. At number 5, we have the Ping An International Finance Center. Located in Shenzhen, China, it is 1,966 feet tall with 115 floors, completed in 2017. Also looming above all the other skyscrapers in that city, definitely shows off how tall man can actually build. Now, the interesting thing that I've noticed so far on this list is that none of these buildings were completed prior to 2014. These are all very recently built buildings, and I'm wondering if we're going to get some slightly older ones as we go through the list. At number 4, we have the Abraj Al Bait Clock Tower, located in, I think it's Mecca or Mesa, in Saudi Arabia. It is 1,972 feet tall with 120 floors. Yes, you did in fact hear that right. A clock tower is one of the tallest buildings in the entire world. I'm going to be showing you a couple other pictures as we go through this list, and as you can see from some of these pictures, this clock tower is way bigger than you might think. I mean, people sitting on top of it, it looming over all of the other very short buildings in the area. I honestly want to know the reasoning behind such a tall clock tower of all things. I mean, it's not just a normal skyscraper, it's a literal clock tower that's making the number 4 spot. Almost 2,000 feet tall. That's unbelievable. And it was constructed back in 2012, so a little bit of an older one. It's about 10 years old now. And now we get into the top 3, the podium. At number 3, we have the Shanghai Tower in Shanghai, China. Now, if you're wondering which building is it, it's the tall one. It is, in fact, the tall one. These other two, back when I was much younger and I would make these kinds of lists, these towers were, in fact, on the list. But since then, we have gotten much taller towers like the one that you see there. This tower, the Shanghai Tower, is 2,073 feet tall, 128 floors, and it was completed in 2015. A very cool looking building. I like that spiral kind of effect that it gives off, and all of those buildings that you see right there, those 3 unique towers, they all look very unique, very cool, and just goes to show you how many cool looking towers are in the country of China. In second place, number 2, we have the MERDEKA 118 building. This was never on the list back when I used to make them because this was a very recently built building. It's supposed to be completed this year. It is not, in fact, completed just yet. However, I did put it on the list just because it's supposed to be completed this year. Therefore, the exterior is pretty much completely finished off, and it's just the interior and all that other stuff. So I basically count it as being completed. Now, this building is located in Malaysia and is 2,227 feet in height with 118 floors. That's a pretty big jump going from number 3 to number 2 with a difference of almost 200 feet. That's a big difference, and you get a lot of that from that lightning rod-like spire at the very top. Again, it just makes all the other buildings nearby look tiny by comparison, and there's really no big mountains or anything nearby, so it definitely stands out and looks very, very cool. And in first place, the current tallest building in the entire world, which has not changed since it was first built over 12 years ago. The Burj Khalifa. At once it was called the Burj Dubai, but now it is called the Burj Khalifa. Located in the city of Dubai in the United Arab Emirates, and it is 2,717 feet tall. With 163 floors, it was completed in the year 2010. It's a really cool looking building with different sections going slowly upwards, and many famous movies have had characters sitting at the very tippy top of the Burj Khalifa. Imagine being almost 3,000 feet in the air at the top of such a cool building. Recently, the city of Dubai has gone from just shorter buildings out in the Middle East to all of a sudden looking like this very futuristic type city, and I'm all for it. It looks awesome, and there's other buildings as well that are supposed to be built in that general area. One of them called Jeddah Tower, or the Kingdom Tower, which is supposed to be exactly 1 kilometer in height. But that's for another video. That is the tallest building in the world as of right now, 2022, and honestly, I don't know how much bigger you could possibly get. I mean, come on now. That thing is massive. Anyways, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I have been wanting to do this for so long. And if you would like to see more King of the List kinds of videos, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all in the next video.